The snow fell thick and silent on Christmas Eve, blanketing the bustling city in a hush that felt almost sacred. Streetlights cast golden halos on the swirling flakes, turning the urban chaos into a scene from a holiday postcard. Alexander Hayes paused outside his downtown office building, adjusting his navy wool overcoat against the chill. At 42, he was the picture of success. Tailored suit pristine despite the weather, Italian leather shoes now lightly dusted with white, and a Rolex glinting on his wrist. He just finished locking up after another late night, ensuring every report was flawless for the post-holiday client meetings. Hayes Financial Group, the firm he'd built from scratch over 15 years, was now one of the city's top investment houses. He had the corner office with panoramic views, a sleek black Mercedes in the garage, and a penthouse apartment that overlooked the river and skyline. What he didn't have was plans for Christmas Eve, or anyone to share them with. His parents had moved to Florida a decade ago, content with golf and sunshine. His younger brother, Mark, was stationed in London with his tech job and growing family. And Alexander's last relationship? That had fizzled 3 years earlier when Sophia, a high-powered lawyer, finally admitted she couldn't compete with his 80-hour work weeks. "You're married to your job, Alex," she'd said on her way out. He hadn't argued. He pulled out his phone to summon a rideshare when movement caught his eye. On the steps of the abandoned building next door, an old brick structure slated for luxury condos but delayed by permits, they sat, a young woman and a small boy, huddled against the cold. The woman appeared in her mid-20s, with blonde hair tied in a loose braid, strands escaping to frame her tired face. Her tan jacket was worn at the cuffs, and she clutched a few duffel bags and a small suitcase like lifelines. Her arm encircled the boy protectively. He was no older than 4, bundled in a red puffy jacket and green knit cap, clutching a threadbare teddy bear. He pointed excitedly at the sky, chattering to his mother in that uninhibited way only children have. Alexander's instinct was to keep walking. The city teemed with hardship. He passed countless similar scenes, helping mint entanglement, time, money, emotions he couldn't spare. His therapist had called it emotional fortress building. But tonight, with the snow and the lights and the boy's small voice carrying on the wind, something tugged at him. Before he could overthink it, his feet carried him across the street. The woman tensed as he approached, pulling the boy closer, her eyes wary. "Good evening," Alexander said softly, stopping several feet away with hands visible. "I work next door. I couldn't help noticing it's bitterly cold. Are you all right? There's a shelter a few blocks over, or—" "We're fine," she cut in, voice polite but edged with steel. "Just waiting for a ride." A clear deflection. The boy peered up curiously. "Mama, is he the boss man you talked about?" "No, honey. Different person." She ruffled his hair, forcing a smile. Undeterred, the boy turned to Alexander. "We don't have our house anymore. Mama says we're on a big adventure, but it's cold." "Noah," his mother hushed, cheeks flushing. Alexander knelt, suit knees be damned. "Adventures can be tough, especially in snow." "Excited for Santa?" Noah's eyes sparkled, then clouded. "Yeah, but we moved. Mama says Santa knows, but what if he goes to the old place? I don't want him to miss me." That innocent worry pierced Alexander like nothing else could. He glanced at the mother, Emily. He'd learn soon, seeing the exhaustion etched in her features, the unshed tears. "I'm Alexander Hayes," he said, rising. "Let's get out of this cold. Diner's open all night. Hot food on me. We can sort the Santa logistics there." She hesitated, pride warring with practicality. Finally, for her son, she nodded. "Emily Parker." "Okay, just dinner." They trudged through the snow, Noah skipping ahead, narrating every light display. At the diner, a classic spot with red booths and steaming coffee, Alexander ordered cocoa, pancakes for Noah, and hearty specials for the adults. As Noah colored a placemat Santa, Emily opened up. She'd been a bookkeeper at Meridian Properties, loyal for 3 years. Then, abruptly restructuring, her boss, Carson Price, handed her 2-week severance and a pink slip days before Christmas. Single mom, no safety net, medical debts from Noah's premature birth, no nearby family. Eviction followed swiftly. Shelters are packed, she finished quietly. I didn't know what else to do. Alexander listened, anger simmering at the callousness. He'd downsized staff before, always justifying it as business. Now it felt personal. My place has guest rooms, he offered carefully. Warm, safe, separate. Just a night. Tomorrow, fresh start. Pride flared again, but Noah's yawn decided it. One night. His penthouse awed them. The doorman, elevator, vast open space with minimalist decor. It screamed wealth, but echoed emptiness. Noah explored wide-eyed, while Emily marveled quietly. They watched Elf, shared cookies, and talked deep into the night after tucking Noah in. Emily shared more. Dead parents, absent ex, fierce love for her son. Alexander confessed his isolation, the hollow success. You have everything, she said. But no one, he replied. A spark ignited, mutual understanding. Christmas morning brought Noah's squeals. Gifts from Santa, Alexander's midnight delivery. Toys, clothes, books. Over brunch, Alexander offered a job. Senior bookkeeper at his firm, better pay benefits. Plus transitional housing. Tears flowed. Why? Because it's right. And because you've reminded me life's more than balance sheets. Months blurred. Emily excelled at work, earning respect. Evenings blended into shared dinners, park outings, bedtime stories Alexander read with growing ease. He fell for her strength, her laugh. She for his quiet kindness, the way he doted on Noah. Challenges arose. Emily's fear of dependency, Alexander's workaholic relapses. But they talk grew. One spring evening on the rooftop, under blooming stars. I love you, he said. Both of you. Forever, if you'll have me. Yes, she whispered. They married quietly the next fall, Noah as ring bearer. Years later, on Christmas Eves, they'd return to that spot, family complete, reminding each other how one act of kindness rewrote their stories. From strangers in the snow to a lifetime of warmth.